And joining us now to break down the case further is former prosecutor and criminal defense attorney Joshua Ritter. Joshua, always great to see you. I wanted to start with the fact that Zapeta waived his right to appear in court this morning. What do you believe is the strategy played behind why defendant may make that decision?
I think it's unclear, but at this earliest stage, these appearances aren't as important. That appearance coming up on January 7th, that arraignment, that'll be far more important, and I think he will be there. But, I don't know if it's a transportation issue or if he's simply just not all that concerned with being involved in every step of the process, which would not surprise me either.
Would you mind breaking down these charges for us? We're just learning of them this morning. We have 1 count of first-degree murder, 3 counts of third-degree murder. How do you believe they arrived at these charges?
So they've charged him several different ways for the second-degree murder, just different theories of how they arrive at that. It's all intentional homicide, but the real driving force in this indictment is that first-degree murder, the aggravating factor in that being arson. So they've charged him with 1 count of arson, but then it's also murder in the course of arson, which graduates it from second-degree to first-degree murder, then exposing him to life in prison without parole. So that is really the like I said, the driving force, the most important count to be concerned with.
Yeah, second degree, I misspoke there. What do you expect the defense strategy will be, considering all the evidence that we know of, if he does in fact plead not guilty in this case?
It's hard to say, but there is some evidence that he was highly intoxicated. I understand that there is some perhaps videotape of him beforehand where he appears to be intoxicated. He gave a statement to police where he admits that he is the person captured in the video that we've all seen, that horrific video. But he says that he claims he cannot remember the actual incident itself. So it looks like this may be shaping up to be some sort of diminished capacity, intoxication defense. Not that any of that will really gain him an acquittal, but it could be contribute to some sort of mitigation argument against first-degree murder.
Does his status as a Guatemalan citizen who entered the U.S. illegally, does that impact how this case is prosecuted in any way, Joshua?
Not at all. Not in the way that it's prosecuted, but in the way that it's tried, there may be some attention given to that, certainly during jury selection, that the defense as well is going to be concerned that that doesn't somehow play a factor in the jurors' decisions, that this case should and has so far remained about a murder that took place, a horrific murder that took place on a subway. His immigration status doesn't play any role in the charges. It's not an element of the crime. It shouldn't be anything that both the prosecution and the defense is concerned with. And they want to make sure that those influences don't make their way into the trial if there is one.
Continuing that conversation, if he is found guilty, where would he be held behind bars?
If he's found guilty of first-degree murder, he will remain behind bars here in the U.S. without parole. There's only perhaps some situation where if he's found guilty of some lesser crime that actually has an end date where he could see the light of day after he serves his time here in the U.S., then deportation proceedings will take place immediately thereafter. But I think the likelihood of that happening are very slim.
Yeah, well, we'll keep eyes on this case. It's unfolding quickly. Joshua Ritter, thank you, as always, for weighing in.
Thank you for having me.